Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host Owen, guys. This is the channel that brings you your daily update on Glasgow Rangers, brings you your team every single day, guys. And if you need your team every single day, if you need your Rangers fix, then hit that sub, ring that notification bell, and come and join the only channel that brings you all this daily news for absolutely nothing. Yes, there is a membership scheme, but I don't restrict what I publish. I don't restrict what information you can get. I don't restrict videos. I give you all that great content. The membership scheme there is for shout out. It is for some priority replies on different things. And it is also there for obviously to support the channel. Well, guys, we've got talking the membership scheme. Obviously, we had 11 members yesterday who joined the channel on its first day of membership. That was obviously Nicholas Moore, Aldo the Sniper McNaught, Jim Sloan, Callum C, Haha, Tim's Win, Rangers Loyalist, Paul McGregor, George A, Caroline, Alexander, and Cami K. We have today got some new members to welcome to the channel. RRM, a great contributor, Pure Loyalist, again, another great contributor, Martin Fraser, and number one RFC fan. All have joined and have become members of the channel. Thank you to each and every one of you for joining the channel. Well, you know, I know what you came here for today. You came here for your Rangers news and you came here for your daily fix of Rangers. So what we're going to talk about today, what are we going to talk about today? There's not been a lot in the media, has there? There's not been a lot of news. It's been quite quiet. No, it hasn't. We're going to talk Cyril Dessers, Cyriel Dessers, Cyriel Dessers. You know what? I always massacre names and I apologize. We're going to talk Jose Cifuentes and we're going to talk Austin Trusty. What a name, Trusty. Austin Trusty. Lovely. Great name. Great name. Let's talk about all these different things anyway. Okay, so where shall we start? Well, we're going to start with this man here. We're going to start with Cyril Dessers, who spent last season on, well, actually, no, it's not on loan. He was spent last season playing for Cremonese in Serie A. Unfortunately for him and Cremonese, they were relegated to Serie B, and Dessers apparently is looking for a way out, looking for a move back to one of Europe's top leagues, looking for European football, looking for a way to get back to the top. Now, according to all the latest media reports, Dessers is close to a move to Rangers. Now, what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to discuss a few things. We're going to discuss the story. We're going to discuss the type of player that he is. We're going to discuss his stats. And then I'm going to let you make up your opinions on what you think of this striker, Cyriel Dessers. Born in Belgium, but a Nigerian international. That's who he is. Now, apparently, Rangers are closing in on, well, you know what? There is vast differences in prices out there, depending on where you read the article. Some say 3.5 million, some say 3.6, some say 4.5. It all depends on where you read the article. But apparently, there is £1 million in add-ons as well, which could rise, obviously, depending on certain criteria being achieved by the striker. And we probably have, you know what? We hope he achieves those criteria, because if he does join, those £1 million extras has got to be good for the club, because there's got to be something that contributes positively to Rangers. So let's welcome him if he does come. Now, apparently, according to the latest rumours, Rangers boss Michael Beale has been tracking Dessers for weeks now. Obviously, as we know, Michael Beale went out to Italy very recently on club business and looked at players, and it believes that Dessers was one of these players that he looked at. One of the players that he considered to come and join Rangers. Now, he plays for Cremonese in Italy, and apparently they demanded £7 million for Dessers following their relegation to Serie B. But apparently, sources in Italy are now claiming that Rangers have had a breakthrough in talks, with Rangers shelling out £3.5 million, up to 3.6, 4.5, depending on where you read it, with £1 million in add-ons. Now, apparently, Dessers obviously only joined Cremonese from Genk last summer after a loan spell at Dutch side Feyenoord. Apparently, the 28-year-old scored 7 goals in 29 games this season as his side were relegated from the top flight, and he is keen to move on. Yeah, like I said, he's a Belgian-born Nigerian international player. Although Cremonese wanted this extra money, apparently Rangers have obviously managed to bargain that down. Now, Michael Beale is aware, obviously, that he needs attacking replacements, with obviously the likes of Ryan Kent and Alfredo Morelos moving on this summer to new pastures, new, obviously, as yet unknown. Now, as we know, Rangers have already been busy in the transfer market with the signings of Kieran Dowell, Dujon Sterling and Jack Butland. And it seems that Cyril Dessers could be one of those next names on the list for the club. Now, let's think. Now, Dessers apparently is a striker who likes to play with his back to goal. He's a strong guy. A guy who likes to hold the ball up. Someone who's not going to run in behind. He has not got lightning speed. He's not a sort of player who's going to win aerial duels. He likes the ball to his feet and then to bring others into play and then turn and go and then get back into the game. So he's more a creator maybe than an out-and-out striker, which is what Rangers, I think, really need is an out-and-out striker. Obviously, it does, well, the rumours going around is that we're going to bring 2 strikers in this summer. So hopefully that'll be someone like a Josh Madger or Anastasios Duvakis, who has worryingly been linked with that lot from across the city. Let's have a look at Cyril Dessers' stats. Now, some nice stats here to break down. So ignore the FA Cup, League Cup bits. We're going to look at the league, and then the other encompasses cups and encompasses Europe as well when he's represented his team in Europe. So last season, Cremonese, 19 starts, 7 sub appearances, 6 goals. That's 26 appearances, 6 goals. In the other one, we've got 1 appearance there, 2 subs appearances, 1 goal in the Italian Cup. So in total there, we've got a total of 29 appearances and 7 goals. So around 1 in 3, roughly, by Dessers there. Then at Feyenoord, he played 9 games, started 9 games, at 18 sub appearances, 9 goals in those appearances. Then he played 7 further games in the Europa League, 6 as a sub, scoring 10 goals. So that's 13 appearances in around, there is my maths failing me here, 40 games, scoring 19 goals for Feyenoord. Not a bad return there. 11 goals at Genk in his time with Genk, with 30 appearances coming there for Genk. So we've got there 11 goals in total. Heracles, he had 1 season at Heracles, 26 appearances, 15 goals. Joint top scorer in the Eredivisie that season with an attacking midfielder from, I think it was PSV or Feyenoord, Berghuis, I think the guy was called. Then he played at Utrecht. He scored 12 goals, 14 goals in total in his time at Utrecht, 1 goal for NAC Breda, no goals for Lokeren, and no goals for Leuven. So overall, he averages 0.27 goals per game. You know, Dessers' stats have varied depending on the club that he is at. Certainly very impressive at Feyenoord with those 10 goals in the Europa League, including important goals against Marseille and Slavia Prague. So, you know, helped Feyenoord get all the way to the final, where they lost, unfortunately, to Jose Mourinho's Roma. So, you know, like I said, he's not a prolific scorer of goals, averaging 0.27 goals per game, a goal every 195 minutes, 196 minutes, I think it is. If my math serves me correct, let me just double check that for you. So, yeah, he averaged about 196 minutes per goal last season. Last season, chipped in with 3 assists as well, 13 goal contributions for Dessers in 32 total appearances for Cremonese. So, like I said, not a prolific scorer of goals. However, you do have to kind of couch those figures. So that those figures of 32 appearances, 10 goals, 3 assists, which comes down to obviously 13 goal contributions. You do have to slightly couch those in these totals. Now, interesting news here about Dessers. Dessers played in terms of the season with Cremonese. He did not play in all the starting 11s. He played in 50% of their league games. He started in 50%. The rest of his appearances came as a substitute. He played in 47% of their minutes, and yet had a 22% goal contribution in those limited appearances. So quite impressive in terms of that, in terms of the fact that obviously Cremonese were relegated. Like I said, he's not a prolific scorer of goals. He's more a creator, more a link player, more someone I think would fit into that kind of wide striker role that Michael Beale is looking for, maybe. You know, I think maybe the Rangers will bring in a second striker, someone like a Josh Madger, Anastasios Duvakis, maybe someone like that Haji Wright has also been linked as well. Haji Wright, not really for me. But, let me know in your opinion. What do you think of Dessers? They're his stats, they're his facts, his figures. Look, that's what he's going to sort. I'm not going to give my opinion on him today. So that's what I want you to make your opinions. I want you to know what you think of this guy. Let me know in the comments below. Is this a good signing? Is this potentially a good signing? I think at the end of the day, no matter what you think of the signing, whether you think it's a good thing or a bad thing, we have to trust the process. We have to trust Michael Beale. We look at the signings that he's made so far. He's made some good signings, in my opinion. Obviously, Cantwell and Raskin, we've seen, have worked out. They've been outstanding signings. I think Dowell, Sterling, and Butland are good signings as well. And I don't think that Dessers will be the last player to come in, nor the last striker to come in either this off season that we are currently in as we build towards the new SPL season. Now, long, strong rumours still going on about this gentleman here, Jose Cifuentes. It seems again to be turning into a Jack Butland style saga, doesn't it? It's a bit of a saga of, will he, won't he? Is he coming? Is he not coming? What is the situation with him? When will he arrive? What's the situation going on with Jose Cifuentes? So let's have a little think about this. Now, according to a lot of rumours that are coming in, he is going to be announced very soon as the next Rangers signing. A player who in the past was worth up to 15 million. A player with good physicality, a player with good skill, a player with good energy. It is believed that he will be the next player to come in through the doors of Ibrox to take Michael Beale's summer signing total to 4, which will be excellent news, obviously, if Cifuentes is that man. I think he will bring a dynamic, forward-thrusting style to our midfield and certainly link up well with the likes of Raskin and Jack and Cantwell and Lawrence and Hadji and Dowell and the quality that we have in this squad and the quality that we are building in this squad. Certainly a very powerful, very high quality squad, in my opinion. I think that Cifuentes is an excellent player. I think that he is someone who will really add to this team. And obviously, as an international as well, it does show this guy has got a great deal of class. So if it is that Cifuentes is the next man through the door, it will be very, very good news indeed. Okay, guys, let's move on. Now, who remembers this gentleman here? I'll wait a minute, let you get your answers in. I know I can't hear you, but I'm sure you're all saying Kevin Thomson. Yes, Kevin Thomson, who made 71 appearances for Rangers. Here he is. More modern, up-to-date picture of him. Well, Kevin Thomson has been talking about the fact that he has had talks with Rangers soon-to-be Chief Executive Officer James Bisgrove and also Michael Beale over a possible return to Ibrox. Now, what is the return, I hear you asking? What sort of return for Kevin Thomson are we going to see? Now, Rangers have a number of positions currently available. I don't think finance director is what we're thinking here, guys. Let's just get that straight. It's not going to be finance director, is it? Obviously, we have the position of head of the academy and obviously sporting director. They're the kind of two football positions that are currently available with the club. So what is it that Thomson could be targeting? What is it that Thomson could be targeted at? And is he being talked about and targeted at a return to the club? Well, this is what has been reported in a number of media outlets over the last sort of day or so. Kevin Thomson says that he has spoken to James Bisgrove and Michael Beale over a potential return to Ibrox. Now, we all know that Rangers are undergoing a major restructure on the pitch and off the pitch as James Bisgrove, John Bennett and Michael Beale attempt to bring this team, I think, into the next century to really show that we are a modern, forward-thinking team that is heading in the right direction. And I think, obviously, part of that is not only replenishing what is on the pitch, but also replenishing what is in the front office, what is in the boardroom, and what is running this club at every single level. Now, obviously, like I said, the major focus of the media, the major focus of the club is Michael Beale's player restructure. However, obviously, Craig Mulholland, who was the academy director, has stepped down. There are rumours that he is on his way to Forest. How true that is, I don't know. Apparently, he wants to link up with Ross Wilson. Now, apparently, that could pave a way for Thomson to return to the club, having last been employed as Rangers as head of the B team. He left that role in 2021 to move into senior football and take on Kelty Hearts new manager after Rangers legend Barry Ferguson departed to Alloa Athletic. Thomson resigned after 12 months as manager. However, he did go on a high by them lifting the League Two title in his first season as manager. Since then, he's been out of the game. He has dedicated his time, as we all know, well, hopefully we all know, to his own coaching academy. He did unsuccessfully apply for jobs at Kilmarnock and Dundee United, but in the past. But apparently now he could be coming back for a surprise return to Glasgow. Now, speaking on Daily Records Off the Record podcast, Kevin Thomson had this to say. He said about a possible return. He says, "I've spoken to James off the cuff, and I've spoken to Mick, but I'm not the type to ask for an opportunity. If they think I could benefit the club, I'm sure they will pick up the phone. Rangers should only ever want the best coaches and available people at any given time. That's how I view it. If you have a vision of where you want to get to, I would take the job. I would definitely take the job of head of the academy tomorrow. I feel as though I could implement a lot of the ideas we have in my own academy, which is doing a good job. The kids who come to the KTA really enjoy what me and Geordie put on for them. Leon King, who played 6 Champions League games this season, travelled from Glasgow to Edinburgh to work with us during the close season when he was aspiring to get to where he wanted to go. We had to be doing something right." So it's clear that Thomson has a certain ambition here, that he has an ambition to work in the academy, that he has obviously got that experience of working with young players, obviously with his work with the KTA Academy. Could it be that Thomson could be being targeted at that academy role, given the fact that obviously Rangers want to bring in someone new, someone with new ideas, someone with a new vision, who can bring in and really help to develop and bring through players to that first team? Thomson is someone who understands Rangers. Thomson is someone who has played for the club. Now, Michael Beale spoke, didn't he, in that press conference that he gave about the need to have someone as a link between the first team and the other team, someone with a knowledge of the first team. Now, many people thought at that point he was getting at Stephen Davis for that role. However, could that be a link to Kevin Thomson? Thomson is, like I said, someone who understands what it is to play for Rangers, understands what it means to be a Rangers player. And could he be that person that could take over the academy and help Rangers to develop young players that are going to come through with an understanding of what it is to be a Rangers player? It is out there. It is a possibility. It certainly seems to be what has been talked about. And the fact that obviously Thomson has held meetings with James Bisgrove and Michael Beale is very interesting indeed. Obviously, given those comments that Beale has made in the past about a future academy director and links between the academy and the first team. Well, guys, in the comments below, let me know, what do you think? Kevin Thomson back to Rangers as academy director? Is this a good move for the club? Is this the type of person you would like to see in charge of our academy? Well, guys, final thing I want to talk about this morning, obviously, is the fact that yesterday the kit went on sale. Who bought one? Who's got one? Who's got one on the way? Obviously, I did my video yesterday talking about the kit, previewing it on the website. I ordered mine, all set to come. Guys, can't wait to get it. Can't wait to wear it for the first time. Obviously, solely for work purposes. Absolutely not. I always wear it round when I'm going out. I always wear it, well, not when I'm going out, like out. Like if I go into town, do shopping, or if I go to the supermarket, I'll wear my Rangers stuff just to kind of, represent, guys, show them how we are one of the biggest clubs in world football. Well, thank you so much for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation this morning. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you here on the channel. It is your team every day. This is a channel run by fans for you, the fan. So if you've enjoyed the content, check out some of the other content, but please hit that sub, ring the notification bell, and come and join the channel as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hit that like for me. We'll be back to speak to you again very soon here on Glasgow Rangers Nation. Remember, we've got the podcast tonight with Colin Stewart, head of the Rangers Youth Development Company, which will be fascinating, with me and Victoria talking to him and asking him all about his role. We are the people.